Each different respirator protection contains different assigned protection factors. These numbers are currently based on those published by NIOSH. However, OSHA should be publishing an ASP soon in the Federal Register. The number of times above the exposure limit for which a given respirator provides protection is as follows. A filtering face piece or dust mask is 10. A half mask is 10. Full face is 50. A PAPR loose-fitting helmet hood is 25. A PAPR tight-fitting full-face piece is 1,000. The SAR full-face piece with a pressure demand is 1,000, and the SCBA full-face piece pressure demand is 10,000. Potential hazards that you could be exposed to include toxics, where acute or chronic exposure could result in systemic poisoning, illness, organ dysfunction, sensitization, or death. Or corrosive, for instance acids, which can cause temporary or permanent tissue damage in the respiratory system. Also carcinogens and particulates, which can lead to cancer or other respiratory illnesses respectively. And allergens, that promote illness, allergic reaction, reduced productivity, and sensitization. Once it has been determined that there are hazards in the workplace, the contaminant threshold limit should be identified to establish the employee's exposure. Engineering and administrative controls can be used to reduce or eliminate the contaminant, and these controls are always the first and second line of defense for a safe and healthy workforce. If the hazard can be eliminated by one of these means of control, respiratory protection is not required. Examples of these controls include opening windows or doors, or using local exhaust fans or chemical fume hoods. Substitution of currently used materials with less hazardous materials is one of the most effective ways of eliminating or reducing exposure to materials that are toxic or pose other hazards. By reducing exposure time through scheduling workload or job rotation, it limits that overall exposure to the employee, therefore reducing exposure. By contracting work, there are many trades that specialize in activities that require a qualified or greater trained person. For example, asbestos abatement professionals have to be trained by the EPA or their designee, and through this training, they are properly equipped to deal with the hazards of the job. Also, by working outside, any potential respirable hazards are diluted in the atmosphere.